Hey everyone, this is Lisa Raymond from Toastmasters WeSERV Speakers. What I'm going to try and explain today, and not take a lot of time, but if you have questions, email me. Recently, Toastmasters put out guidance as to how we're supposed to go through our paths and our projects inside our levels, and they are now requiring certain meeting function roles to be done at certain points or levels inside your Pathways project. This is going to cause some confusion. I'm going to do the best I can to explain this. I wanted you to be aware of it, so that way when you see something pop up in there that says, hey, you didn't mark this down, then you know what to do. So what I'm going to show you today is how you can track your meeting roles both on our website and over at toastmasters.org. That way you can compare the two, make sure you're fulfilling the requirements for your level in your path. I expect some of this to change because not everyone is on the same path. I would expect the first two levels of everyone's path to be the same with regards to functionary roles. Now, real quick, the functionary roles are the evaluator, the odd counter / listener, the timer, all the stuff I ask for in email. That's what they're looking for people to learn how to do, and you can't, or I can't, submit you for completion if you don't complete these. So let me get to it and show you what's going on here. The first thing you want to do is log into our website. You can't look at any of the meeting rules without being able to do that, okay? So from there, once you log in, and I'm logged in here, and I had Arthur's permission to show his picture. So for YouTube, I have permission from my club president to do this, okay? What you want to do is click on the person icon here. It's the third one in from the left. This will show you how you know what your meeting roles were. When you get here, you want to run basically an HTML report. You can do a couple other things. Honestly, just stick with the one that's already there. The report you pull down is for you. It should say all when you come in here, so you want to change this to your name. Okay. You have three options at this point. You can either select the current Toastmasters year, which is from July 1st till now. That will be how current that is, okay? Our Toastmasters year ends June 30th, starts again on July 1st. That's why we have that kind of weird thing. So you can select the current year. You can select all. For someone like Colleen or Ray or even myself who have been a long time in Toastmasters, this could be helpful. It also could be extremely confusing because we're going to get a long list because we've been in a while. You can also select certain dates, and how I had to fill in some of my functionary roles on toastmasters.org. I actually had to select this by radio button, then click in the box and go back through to at least this year, which is what I did because I've been in longer and I wanted to see what was going on from January forward. Okay, so if I select that and go from January 1st, you can run a report. Now you run the report, it will open in a new tab or window. It does on mine, so it opens in a new window on mine. It's going to ask you if you want to try and print it. Just click the cancel, not a problem. But you can see from January forward how many roles I've had in the club and when by date. In the case of this one on the 14th, I was both the timer and the presiding officer, which is okay. What I do is I keep this on the screen and then go log in to toastmasters.org to try and fill the meeting spots that I have on my profile. So let's go do that. When you log in, you'll come to this screen here. This is your home screen. If you come to your profile, it will look vastly different. You'll see things, for example, like your meeting number. You'll see your personal details or a way to get at it, all your other information. What you want is your home. That will show you your base camp first and the learning hub. For older Toastmasters or people who have been longer in the program, they will get an achievement board as they've been moving through either older programs or the current level, especially if they're distinguished Toastmasters or DTMs. Then you may have club officer roles, tutorials. I have those because of an officer level that I hold in the club, so you may not have that. We want to click on is go to Basecamp. Okay, once you click then on your home and you click on Basecamp, you should see this screen where you have your paths and learning, your achievements. I have mine set to all, should be set to all. Yep. And I think that's a default. Feedback that I can give and receive, and resources, including things like project descriptions, evaluation resources for projects when you're evaluating someone else. I did a video on this earlier this year, so I would go look at our YouTube channel, do a search, or just look through the playlist. I think there's only 4 playlists I have there. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell, smash the bell, because you'll get a notification then when I upload a new video, okay? So that's my plug. What you want to do when you get to the screen and you're on Paths and Learning, go to the far right-hand side where it has your name with a drop-down arrow. Click the drop-down arrow, go to your profile, okay? With profile, you're going to see other things such as an introduction, interests, my social handles, I'm everywhere. In fact, I'm missing a few. Then you'll also see meeting rules right under the social media handles, okay? Click the pencil on the far right-hand corner of this tile. This is how you enter them in. So let's say I had been, let's see, go back over here real quick. Let's see. We could say, because I already updated this. Let's say I wasn't the grammarian on the 16th of September. So what I could do is select grammarian and select instead of the 16th, which is, that's a Thursday. How, oh, because that's October. Let's say it was the 9th. It's been a long day, sorry. I click save from here. What'll happen is now I see 2 spots, one for the 16th, which is the real one, and the 9th. So this also lets you know you can put multiple dates in this section. You really only need one, and I'm okay with that if you want to keep more, so that way you have a way to track this a little more easily at a glance on Toastmasters.org versus trying to run the report on our website. I'm good with that. If you have one in a spot you want to remove, just click the X and it'll ask you if you really want to delete it. Click delete and it's gone. That's all you have to do. There's no saving or anything. It's just the way it is there. The reason they're doing this again is because they're actually trying to make sure that people do certain roles depending upon their path. For example, if you were on level 1, and they're calling this an enhancement, so you may get an email from Toastmasters International about this in the coming days. If you were in level 1, one of the enhancements is a table topics speaker. Okay, that's kind of low level because the table topics master would call on you, but you can track that. You can also track a speech evaluator or the timer or ah counter, for example. And then you want to put them over on your profile in Basecamp on Toastmasters.org. How they're going to manage this, I don't know. I would be curious to see if I would not be able to approve someone's level if they didn't have that, but because it's called a requirement, my first thought is they're going to find a way to connect the system, not to our website, but to what I just showed you to manage the roles and see that they don't see a corresponding date and the right functionary role with the fact that you completed the level. Yes, you can work ahead. You can't get credit until you complete what you need for that level. So it really is not much different than the projects. They're adding to this by making the functionary roles now required. So once I get the full information, which hopefully will be the next few days, as to what is actually going to be required for what and what happens if people don't fulfill it, what happens to that, how long is going to hold up their achievement from being awarded, I'll let you know. I will come in and do a presentation. I apologize. I didn't want to make people wait for that presentation, so I'm trying to get the information to you now so you can start planning on how to adjust this as you go forward in your path. If you have any questions about this, please drop me an email. I will put my email address in the YouTube description below. You can also just send me an email to my Gmail. I think you all have that by now. You can also go to our free Toast website, log in, go to the private member directory. Let me show you where that is real quick. And you can pick up an email address from there. So let me show you that. Okay, this is our website again. I'm still logged in. So if I come down to the yellow area on our website and I go to the private member directory, if I want to send Arthur an email, all I have to do is click on this and send an email. My email program will open up, depending on what that email program is. You can also right click on it for those of us that are on Windows, copy the email address. Then you paste it into your email program and send Arthur an email. That goes for all of us. So you can scroll through. There's Ray's, mine, Ray's. Anyone that has this entered into the system, you can only get to it by logging in. That's how they safeguard the system. All right, thank you again for watching. I know this is a lot. Let me know what questions you have. Send me an email and I will add that for the presentation. If I hear how they're doing this with regards to how holding people accountable and how we're supposed to help hold them accountable to make the roles go through and what they're actually going to require, then I will get that into the presentation so you will have that information. Thanks again for watching. I hope you have a great day. And again, please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit, click, tap, smash that bell so that way you get a notification when I upload a new video. Thanks again, guys, and I will see you soon. Take care.